I would like to invite Joseph to join us on the results on work package number 4 on market engagement insights from iProcureNet. Joseph, who comes from the Ministry of Interior of the Slovak Republic, will be showing you what work package number 4 is doing.
Thank you. Still good morning. I would like to again thanks to Portugal Criminal Police for organizing this, I think, very important conference. Also the coordinator and Arctic team. But above that, I would like to thanks consortium partners for their hard work, also for their support and input to work package 4. So what are we doing in work package 4? I know my emails can be sometimes overwhelming, but I can promise you that there will be even more. We will be still in touch. So it's a hard work. Nobody said it's going to be easy, but we have to work on that one goal that we already talked about, to be the public procurement to be a catalyst of innovation. So I would like to present work package 4, which is establishing procurement pathways, and I would like to focus within this presentation also on market engagement insights. So how at the iProcureNet we engage in the market, with the market, because we believe that it's very important to engage with the market. We cannot have an innovation without the market. So there are different ways how we talk with the market, and I would like to present that. Till now, if you've been also yesterday here, we talk about all the things we do in iProcureNet. So we Nikolai just recently talked about how we compare investment plans based on how we identify common segments for joint cross-border public procurement. We choose the most promising segment, and then within the work package 3, there is a feasibility analysis of this segment from the legal and financial side. So coming to the work package 4, we combine all this information. We do market analysis of each identified segment. So in Raul, in work package 3, talk about the 3 segments, so drones, ballistic vests, and metal detectors. So we basically take this segment and we do the market sourcing, market analysis. We also conduct online survey about examples of joint cross-border public procurement, because we believe that it's important that we take good examples of best practices, apply that to our methodology, but also to showcase these examples of good practices through our online toolbox to other practitioners that can use it in the future. So it's easier to learn from somebody else's mistake than did that mistakes by yourself. As a final step, we prepare joint procurement strategy for each segment and for each established buyers group. And in the end, we prepare general methodology, which will be taken and put in an online toolbox. So also others can use this methodology. Basically, if they decide to do joint cross-border public procurement, you go to the online toolbox, you find their methodology, and by using that, you can prepare your own joint cross-border public procurement. Also, in my opinion, the methodology can be used not only in the security sector, but also in different sectors, obviously health, transport, IT, education. So, and we repeat this process, just to give you an overall view of iProcureNet, we repeat these 8 steps basically 3 times. So these are the 3 cycles of iProcureNet. So what we did in the last, let's say year and a half, within the work package 4, as I mentioned, we conducted market analysis for the first cycle. For the first cycle, I have to say there were 8 different, and I will show that later on, there were 8 different segments. We were identifying the benchmark cases and examples of good practices. Those of you who responded to our survey about the examples of joint cross-border public procurement, thank you very much for that. I know it's hard work, but thank you very much for that. We did online survey in the first cycle. We started also second online survey, and we finished it already for the second cycle. We developed the joint procurement strategy within the first cycle, and also from this joint procurement strategy, we prepare general methodology how to do joint cross-border public procurement. And now the question is, why do we engage with the market? And I already said that in the beginning, because when you want to establish the procurement pathways, you can successfully establish this without and promote innovation without the market. So again, I think it's very important to talk with the market, to engage with the market. Obviously, best way, because we are in a public procurement domain, it's to give it some kind of a structure. And I will present what kind of a structure you can give it. So when do we engage with the market? We, and also Nikolai mentioned it, we visit security fairs, let's say, when it was possible. It was not possible because of the COVID, but luckily last year we were able to visit some in Slovakia and Czech Republic in France. And I think this was very beneficial. I will talk about it later. So I can say we did it already. We did the request for information, so RFI, to do the market analysis, to collect the information about the products, but also suppliers, so we can analyze the market. We did that, and then the preliminary market consultation, which is still work in progress. For now, we analyze how different consortium partners see the preliminary market consultation or open market consultation, and prepare the methodology how to conduct preliminary market consultation within a joint cross-border public procurement. And that will be also, and I think it is already part of methodology publicated on online toolbox. So why do we engage with the market on the security fairs? So I took a very interesting pictures because I think we need to see what is waiting for us for the future, but also to find the innovation within the code, so within the products that are there already. For us, security fairs, visiting security fairs is a part of a prior market analysis. So basically how we approach it, we go to the market, we have already, when are we visiting the security fair, we already have the segments where we should focus on. We identify the suppliers that are there, we engage with them, we talk about them, we try to find out how they see innovation in that given segment. For example, drones or metal detectors. I can give you an example. So engaging with one of the manufacturers of metal detectors on airports, during the talk he suggested that, you know, the innovation is in that way that you will not have to, for example, going through the security in airport, put down your wallet or mobile phone or belt. So the innovation in that will be faster. We also use this opportunity, these security fairs, to disseminate the information about iProcureNet. So what we do, how we are promoting innovation, that they can either respond to the request for information, or they can approach us if they have ideas about the innovation products. And obviously to learn innovation in the segments from market players. We also, what I mentioned before, we engage with the market through the collection of information about the products and suppliers. So for the first cycle, we identify 8 segments for possible joint cross-border public procurement. You can see the segment name, and then you can see established buyers group. Well, obviously you cannot see that because that's sensitive information that's in our deliverables, but this is how it looks. And then we basically, for each segment, do the request for information. And how does it look in the sense of iProcureNet? We collect information about the suppliers through online survey. We use the EU survey tool for that. By this, it allows us to have information in, let's say, structured way. So basically, we have information about the products. We have different questions there concerning the products, cost of the product, what kind of innovation it brings to the market. And then we have a second part where we ask a question about the suppliers. So is that, for example, supplier SME? From which country? Does it have experience with public procurement within the Europe or outside the Europe? And also other questions that can be used later on for the market analysis. So when we prepare the request for information within the EU survey tool, then with the help of Arctic, we disseminate it, and with the help of our consortium partners, we try to disseminate as wide as possible. So you can see different ways how we disseminate requests for information. Basically, we ask the partners to send it to the possible suppliers if they know about the suppliers who can deliver innovative solutions, but also they can send it to academia. Then we are sending it to the possible H2020 or Horizon Europe PCP projects that are doing their work in a given segment. For example, we know that we have several PCP projects on the drones, so we send these requests for information also to them. We send to a network of practitioners also within the H2020 and Horizon Europe projects. And then we also identify within each European state association of suppliers in the security or in the defense sector. So we also send requests for information to them. So directly, and also we disseminate it widely on social media. We directly contacted 94 entities. In the first cycle, we received 20 responses. So basically after we received the answers, we extracted the information, and based on that, we were able in some segments to compare the products and to compare, analyze also the given market. So for example, all answers concerning the ballistic vests were included in deliverable 4.1 in a specific segment section. We were also able to collect information about the size, market power, previous experience. Very interesting reading was barriers to enter the market. So if it's a small or medium company, if they observe there are any restrictions to enter the market, then the technical properties, obviously, of the solutions and the cost and benefit of the solutions, which was not possible in each segment because there are some reasons. Suppliers within this request for information and those who are doing the public procurement on the day-to-day basis, you know, it's sometimes hard to obtain the prices to state the estimated price of the contract. We see that also within the iProcureNet, but I don't think it's, let's say, big issue for our part, because we basically prepare just the beginning and methodology for joint procurement in a given segment. But we see that if contracting authorities, our consortium partners, decide to do joint cross-border public procurement, probably they would have to go again through the request for information, or better to the preliminary market consultation. And I'm going to the preliminary market consultation. I believe, and we believe, that one of the effective ways of promoting innovation is to conduct preliminary market consultation. I know in some states a quite hot topic, and that's why I think it's very interesting to talk about it. Why does it, and how does it work in some states, and how does it work in different states? And that was also very interesting within our project, iProcureNet. Here is some definition we created. Basically, we believe that the preliminary market consultation is some kind of dialogue between the contracting authority and the market, different market players, also analysts, to firstly describe the problems that the contracting authority is facing and to ask for advice from the market. And now, just to wake you up, we have another Slido question. So please, if you go to the Slido, I think the code is IPN10 now, right? And it's there. I would like to ask you, how often do you conduct preliminary or open market consultation? There are several options. At least once a month, around 5 times a year, 1 or 2 times a year, less than once a year, or sometimes even never. Okay, we have 14, 17 answers, 18. I will wait till 20, and we have a 20, 21. Oh, never. So in a 36%, preliminary market consultations are never conducted. Good, I think this is interesting. How often do we or our consortium partners doing preliminary market consultation? So the situation in Slovakia, when I will be talking only about the Ministry of Interior of Slovak Republic, we conduct preliminary market consultation quite often. I would say, yes, at least once a month for different segments. I can give you example. For example, we had the problem how to get rid of the toxic waste, and what are the options, how the suppliers see the possibility of getting rid of the toxic waste, and really needed in this kind of preparation phase advice from them. What are the possibilities for that? We also do preliminary market consultation for subjects, for subject of the tenders, where we know quite for sure what we want to know. We just evaluate with the market if the market is able to deliver. And also, what was very interesting to find out that for French Ministry of Interior, they even use like different types of preliminary market consultation. You can see it here. They use a PIN, so pre-information notice. If they wish to warn the supplier of the launch of the procedure, and they are launching the RFI for more complex tenders and more complex solutions. So this is also what we do. We analyze how this instrument of a preliminary market consultation or open market consultation is used in a different state. We try to compare it, and then based on that, we prepare the methodology how to do that within the joint cross-border public procurement. When to conduct preliminary market consultation? Basically, anytime in the phase of pre-tender. But when are we talking about the joint cross-border public procurement, we advise to do preliminary market consultation after the collaboration agreement is signed. So collaboration agreement is something that the consortium partners, if they decide to do joint cross-border public procurement, sign, so they agree on their roles in this joint procurement. Sometimes it's good to have a graph. I'm not sure if you can see it in details, but you have the presentation on a USB stick. You see the steps when you prepare of preparation joint cross-border public procurement. So basically, in the beginning, so that's work of VP2 and Nikolai. That's identification of joint procurement needs. That you do preliminary market research, identifying financing possibilities. That's work done within the VP3 by Raul. we have a decision or memorandum to cooperate, and then you go to the collaboration agreement. So after the collaboration agreement is signed, then it's advised to do the preliminary market consultation, definitely before preparing the final technical description. I think there are benefits to preliminary market consultation. Obviously, there are challenges. And once again, I would like to ask you to go to Slido and to vote. So there are several, obviously there are more benefits of preliminary market consultation. I chose the 4, in my opinion, most important. I would like you to vote which one is the most important. So the first one is that the contracting authority does not know how it would possible to ensure the realization of its unmet needs. So basically, it doesn't know how to solve the problem. So you can use this preliminary market consultation to ask the market. You can use it for identification of suitable suppliers on the market. So if there are actually any suppliers who could deliver the solution, if there are not any suppliers, then you might think about if this is opportunity for PCP. Obtain information about existing technical solutions, promoting innovation in the market. I will talk about how by using the PMC, so preliminary market consultation, you can promote the innovation. Now I would like to, I think now you can access the question, yes? So please rank the benefits of reasons for organizing preliminary market consultation. We stop at 19? Oh, 20. Okay, let's go. And it seems that the winner is the benefit for contracting authority is to obtain information about existing solutions, their prices and condition of performance. Yeah. We still have some more answers, but I think this is the winner. So thank you very much for your participation. Yeah, as I mentioned, there are different reasons why to conduct preliminary market consultation. For example, in second survey, we included also the questions concerning the preliminary market consultation. And I can share with you that from all the answers we received, and the respondent identified 7 examples of joint cross-border public procurement, and in 6 of them, preliminary market consultation were conducted. I think half of them were examples of PCP or PPI, half or 3 were examples of tenders according to the directive. The preliminary market consultation was not done only in 1 tender, which was in the defense sector. So something interesting. Within the first survey, one of the projects, so that was a PPI for HPC, they identify very concrete benefits of preliminary market consultation. We believe that the preliminary market consultation brings also benefits to the suppliers. I know on the one hand that it's sometimes or often time consuming for suppliers to attend these preliminary market consultations, because basically they give their know-how to the contracting authority. Within the preliminary market consultation, they are not paid for that. But on the other hand, what they receive. And I'm explaining that also in Slovakia when we have conferences, because we find also that contracting, not the contracting, but the suppliers, in some cases they want to go to the preliminary market consultations. Sometimes they don't know, or they don't want to. So we try to convince them how they can use this preliminary market consultation. For the first reason, they can promote innovation, they can showcase their products, their technology solutions to the contracting authorities. I think it's also a legal way how you can influence not the result of a tender, but basically the technical description. I think it's also very important for them to decide if the tender is actually interesting for the company or not. So, for example, again, if we give you example from Slovakia, we find out that by using the preliminary market consultation, the review procedures, the number of review procedures in those processes went down. So basically, in all the tenders, we did the preliminary market consultation, we didn't receive, or actually in one tender we did, but yeah, in most of them. So let's say in 95% of these tenders, we didn't received any review procedures. So, and that's a big benefit also for us. And why is that? Because I believe that by conducting preliminary market consultation, you are open to the market, you are openly communicating your needs to the market, and now market is seeing that, okay, you are not going to do anything illegal, you don't want to close the tender, basically you want to open it. So I think it's a question also about the trust. What has to be kept in mind, very important. So when organizing preliminary market consultations, you have to obey, obviously, the rules of European directive, and you should focus on principles of equal treatment, non-discrimination, and transparency stated in the directive. And now I'm coming to the last part of my presentation, which is development of joint procurement strategy. So based on all the hard work that was done before, within all the work packages, we basically come to the end, which is the development of joint procurement strategy. For the first cycle, the joint procurement strategy was delivered last year. It included all the information needed by procurers before writing the tender, such as overall procurement steps and the tools that were considered in previous phases. The information, as I mentioned, in the joint procurement strategy exploited the results of previous work packages. For example, for the legal analysis that was taken from work package 3, we used it legal analysis and included in the joint procurement strategy when it comes to legal issues or legal questions. I'm coming back to the graph because I think this is very informative. So basically, the joint procurement strategy is focusing on all these steps, describing the steps, so all the things that the contracting authority need to do when they want to conduct joint cross-border public procurement. Okay, thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Jozef.
Should I sit? Are there any questions?
Please, yes. You have to keep working on the questions, of course. First question would be, what are the main differences of the security market that you have identified compared with other sectors?
First, maybe I would like to start with not the differences, but what is the same. Because what we find out and what we think is that, and we find out when analyzing the examples of joint cross-border public procurements, that basically there are some similarities with the security sector and the health sector. Also, in the case of a health sector, you have some kind of sensitive information, similar kind of agreements within the market players concerning the price. And I believe this is also true for the security sector. So coming back to the examples of joint cross-border public procurement, what we collected, we believe that these examples can be used, or the suggestions of good practices, but also the problems that comes with and challenges with the joint cross-border public procurement, they can be used also in other sectors. So I would like to answer in these ways. Now, differences, it's the similarities.
Thank you very much, Jozef. Another question would be, how do you address transparency and publicity principles in the market engagement in order to guarantee that in practice it doesn't bring any competition issues?
I can give you an example how we do it. Basically, from the all process of preliminary market consultation or market engagement. If I'm going to firstly speak about the preliminary market consultation, so basically from each step, from each meeting, we have a recording, either audio or video. Then we have, let's say, minutes from meetings. Minutes not contain all the information, but the minutes are also then publicly published. So when we are conducting preliminary market consultation now, we are using electronic platform. We are publicly publish it on a TED and the Slovak portal of tenders, so everybody can join. And then in the end, all the information that we collected and used for, let's say, writing the technical descriptions are published before publishing tender itself. So this is the way how we do it, and I think this is a good way.
Thank you. And the most difficult one, what is EBG?
EBG? Yeah, you have to ask somebody who wrote the grant agreement. No, it's a established bias group. So when we identify segments for possible joint cross-border public procurement, so if you remember those 8 segments in the first cycle and 3 segments in a second cycle, we connect that also to the established bias group. An established bias group is basically a group containing the consortium partners who wishes or said that they would like to do joint cross-border public procurement in that segment. So basically, we have, let's say, in the first cycle, we have 8 to some extent specific joint procurement strategy for each given segment and for established bias group within that segment.
Thank you very much, Jozef.
Thank you.